Ooh, recording in progress. This meeting is being live streamed, and it's true. We are live with the Legends of Hashish podcast, episode 4. The fucking motherfucking Waterboyz. This is going to be good.
Where's is Nick in here yet or what?
He's just coming in right now. Or no, that's
nice.
Dudley. All right, so let's see what we got
I
going
should
on
be able
here.
to do this. This should work. Can you hear me there?
Yes. We can hear you perfect, man.
Yup, I can hear you.
Yeah, that should be good.
Oh, damn. What's up, homie?
What's up?
Oh, I'm just doing all the stuff, like making sure everything's working and organized and that I'm like not dropping the ball on anything. So for whatever reason, when I go live, it goes live on a completely new YouTube live. It doesn't go live on the one that I created like a week ago or whatever to promote. So I have to copy the link and go paste it. It's not the end of the world, but I definitely don't want people missing out.
No, you got to dial it out. There we go. On the right height. That's good.
That's it. Well, welcome everybody to the Legends of Hashish podcast. We've got a few people in the room. Saying hi to Bingo Lombardi. Owl be growing. No fucks. I like no fucks. I got no fucks myself. Clockwork Orange, Brown Dwarf, Adrian Lazoya, just a few. We're going to be chatting it up with the Waterboyz today, talking a little bit about Legends of Hashish. And I'm excited to hear about how you guys got into all of this, man. Like the whole concept of just creating these like animated shorts and the characters, and I want to get
music,
into it.
everything.
Yeah.
All of it, yeah, man.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, and then we'll go from there.
I'm Chad from the Waterboyz.
What up? I'm Lieutenant Cali, man, from the Waterboyz. We out here really though.
Yeah. Good to meet you guys here again, digitally. I know you guys, but it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having us. It's super.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's an amazing opportunity to be here today. So thank you guys.
We're fired up to have you guys at Legends. We know, we've seen all the stuff you guys are doing in the hash space and the marketing and the music and all that stuff. So it was just Nick and I have known each other for a long time. So I was like, let's put something together. Let's kind of give you guys a platform, and I think it's a perfect lineup. So yeah, we're excited to have you guys.
Oh yeah,
here.
we're super juiced.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nick, you want to give us a little background and kind of tell the story a bit about how you guys came up and how you guys all came together and stuff?
Oh, so yeah, Waterboyz is just my good friend. He's not here today. He's the other Waterboy. He's animating Turf Wars right now.
Working hard.
Yeah, he was on tour with a semi-known metal band, and just the whole time he was practicing cartoons. And the whole time he was doing that, I was learning how to make hash. Yep. And then when we finally met back together about 4 years later, this idea just popped into our head, and it kind of just naturally, organically became a thing. We didn't think, let's make a bunch of cartoons. We just made one. That turned into another. That turned into a miniature movie. That turned into music. I don't know. It has its own mind. We met Callie.
What was the first one?
The first skit?
Yeah.
It was actually my animator made it by himself. So he did both the voices, and it was just the Waterboyz in a cold room singing a song like the Island Boys song. I'm a water boy trying to make hash.
Well, when you told me about how you met up with your buddy who had been doing all the animation and you had been doing all the hash making, it kind of reminded me of that Reese's peanut butter cup commercial where they crash into each other with the chocolate and the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Just kind of by accident.
Perfect match.
But the peanut butter's hash, and so is the chocolate.
That's right.
I got you.
Real.
That's true. Definitely. So how'd you go from there? Because you said you were already making hash. So what'd your hash career look like? Did you get into that from growing, or how'd you get into that direction?
So, I mean, that's where it gets deeper. The other animator, Pyatt, he actually taught me how to grow weed, about 10 years before all that. So, yeah, our connection just gets deeper. And I'm pretty much, he's my best friend.
Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to manage my dogs over here. They're trying to get underneath the desk. So,
I
but
love
no,
the
that's
dogs.
pretty rad. So you guys pretty much been friends before that, and then got into doing the cartoon stuff. But
Yeah.
you've also had a career in making hash, right? So you've been in the hash game for a bit.
Yep.
How'd you get started in there?
2015, I believe, the Butte fire took off. I got evacuated from my house. After that, I reevaluated my life and started freezing weed. And I did a couple collabs with West Coast Alchemy, which just led to me ended up, running in the cold room with them and developing a lot of the techniques that they use today.
Oh, nice.
I'm not in there as much as I used to be. But yeah, I've spent a lot of time in the cold room with West Coast Alchemy.
Oh, me too. Let me tell you, many a day in the cold room making hash. I was actually doing a presentation right before this podcast started. Literally, like a minute before this podcast started, I was presenting to a group of students from the University of New York. So it was like all these like students that wanted to learn about cooking with edibles and solventless, and that was so neat. It's like this right now is what the cannabis industry has always been to me, because it's always just been this sort of alternative movement. But that was just so mainstream that I don't know. I'm kind of welcoming it all. I just cannabis is such a trip, and it's gonna our ability to wash and grow and do all of these things will hold value over time as this whole legal market builds. I'm also up in Canada, so our legal market is a federally legal market. So it's neat because when I sell a product, I can sell it to an entire province. Like imagine if you're like, oh, I made like 30 kilos and like Illinois bought it or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds awesome.
Great. Oh,
maybe one day.
Well, come up and wash one day. As long as you don't have a DUI, don't come up with a DUI.
I just actually took my picture to get my passport today.
Nice.
Well, congrats.
See, there it is.
So
I was
wear
just in
the-
Niagara Falls yesterday. I was trying to go across the border. I didn't have a passport. Like,
You know
man.
what? That's the one place you could probably get away with it the odd time, because they let people walk over there, dude. Like, I can't get over I used to not be able to get over the border anywhere, and I walked across Niagara Falls without showing ID.
Man, it was beautiful. That was crazy.
That's awesome.
Nick, did you wear the Pooh Shiesty when you took your picture today for your passport?
I tried. They wouldn't let me.
You should have told him it was part of your religion.
Yeah,
That might have been a good move.
you could have. You probably could have pulled it off.
I tried to take
Shit.
the AI yearbook photo challenge with the ski mask on. It didn't work either.
Doesn't do
Man,
it.
Yeah.
AI doesn't like the Pooh Shiesties for sure. Not enough data.
Hey, shout out to Dread Weed, who's in the room right now.
What's up?
Shout out. What up, Jed Weed?
He heard me mention Illinois. He's like, yeah, we outside.
Mhm. Hell yeah. So Nick, you guys got a tour pretty much put together now, because it sounds like you've gone from not just doing the cartoons, but also doing music. Can you tell us a little bit about the music and how you got into that and kind of how you got into the tour stuff?
We actually we just made a song for fun for 710. We decided to try and make some music to see if we could make like a song that would be used to celebrate the holiday. And we ended up just having a lot of fun. But from that, I made a song called Dabs on the Beach. It's still one of our biggest songs. You may or may not have heard it. From there, we've released almost 60 songs, I believe. We've got 2 or 3 albums in the works with Nether Friends right now. Callie and Nether Friends. So, I mean, it's just really taken off. We got almost 10,000 listeners on Spotify. We're approaching our 200,000 stream on Spotify. I don't know. It's all very exciting for me. I know that those aren't big numbers, but
it's the beginning though. It's kind of like you guys really wasn't like, doesn't seem like you guys were in this to like make music, and then it just sort of got pulled in that direction. So it's actually even more interesting to see
it's what the community
if that's kind of the case. Mm-hmm.
We're feeling a purpose with this music and these cartoons for a community that needs this outlook to expand the knowledge to the people and make it more malleable for people to understand what's going on. Everybody loves a good cartoon and some good music. You know what I'm saying?
100%,
well, I think it's grassroots. It's like grassroots marketing from inside the industry. And it's not, you know, when marketing's done from a marketing company for companies that aren't, you know, into that kind of shit, it's just never done correctly because it's all just bullshit. Where here you've got guys that are, you know, pretty much, you know, like resistant to even doing marketing, but you have no choice. So it's really unique and it's also very genuine. So it's kind of the perfect fucking marketing for cannabis. So yeah, it is perfect. I love how that works. And you never, I mean, just working with Nick and these guys, like we work with Nick, 800 helps do the management with you guys. So we're helping kind of line up the marketing customers, and it's so easy because they are cannabis companies. And when you watch that process and you see, you know, go from a phone call and an initial conversation, and then maybe a week later, Nick's sending us a video and it's a little cartoon with their brand incorporated, everything hits everything on the head. They've already come up with the concept. It's just crazy to see it be able to happen that quickly. And there's nothing else like that. There's no other company that I see that's producing anything like that. That's good. Yep, it is. And then it comes with, you know, it'll come with music. It'll come with, you know, now they're doing with, you know, now with you guys doing Terp Wars, it's like you have the opportunity to put some of these brands into Terp Wars and then do some extra marketing with them and help them launch some brands and launch some different products. So it's actually really cool to watch this whole thing kind of blowing up from this super early stage. But yeah, it is blowing the fuck up. Like, it's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger by the day, man.
Mm-hmm. Where are you at now, Callie?
I'm currently heading back. We're in upstate New York. We were just in Buffalo. We're heading back to the reservation right now. I'm out here with the Big Indian Drift Pit family. We're out here drifting cars and fucking shit up, man.
Hell yeah.
Schenectady.
Hell yeah. The Waterboyz are everywhere, bro. You guys are going
worldwide, man. Nationwide, coast to coast, baby. We're unstoppable.
I love it. You guys are going to Texas next and then New York?
Yup.
Texas, New York,
all
Sacramento.
over, man.
National Hash Hole Day.
National Hash Hole Day now with Burner. It's going to be crazy. Man.
Nice, man. Congrats. Yeah, we got you guys coming back to LA for Legends with Terp Wars as well. So
Legends is the cap of our tour.
Okay, so you're gonna end it all at Legends?
Yeah,
basically.
Nice.
We'll have one more event after that is the Terp Wars event, and then that's the end of the year.
Okay. Hell yeah. Where's the Terp Wars event at?
We haven't decided yet.
We're still in the works.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure that out. Maybe you could help me with that, Addy.
I'm down.
We're thinking LA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got some options for sure.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, there's a new venue that we just found for Legends that's really nice. Perfect for you know, a lot of parking, a lot of space, a lot of room to kind of dab and do your thing. They don't bother anybody, so it's nice. But we don't want to blow it up too much. It's already been out there. We've been to events there before, but you know, I don't.
What are you talking about? How will all the people that are going to copy our event have a place to do it in if you don't tell them where to do it?
Hey, you know. Well, like I always say,
and Addison, I got to give you props for the way you're like, yeah, we got a new spot. You know, if you look behind that, there's another version of like, oh fuck, I think we're losing our venue. I don't think we're going to be able to. Oh my god. So it's just like, you took that in stride, dude. I really am impressed. Like, I mean, maybe you stressed out a ton, but not stressed out on me. But I think the meditation is doing wonders for you, dude, because that was some Zen shit that you just, that is not easy to go through. Like, throw a big event and then have the venue like be pulled out from under you like months before, or 60 days or less.
Yeah, 60 days. But you know what? The funny thing was it could have been, you know, they could have pulled out with 14 days left or 30 days left. We had 60. 100%. And with the writer's strike and a bunch of other stuff happening in LA, there's no events going on. So it's a lot more sparse for these guys who are renting these spaces. So they're more eager to rent. So it's just a perfect storm. It kind of worked out for us. And dude, listen, the one thing we have that other guys don't have is hash. And that's the other fucking thing, man. We got hash. So as long as you know how to use it correctly, you're not using it against yourself, you know, to stress yourself out. If you're using it to relieve the stress, and you kind of use it as like, you know, like a carrot hanging out in front of you, like, you know, you get a fresh jar, you know, I might run into Nick, he might give me some weird Waterboy shit, and then I got this random jar, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking rip this jar open as soon as I get Marcus all of his ITIN information from this, or as soon as I do this, or as soon as I do that. So like,
thank you. Holy
I just stay motivated, bro. I stay motivated. And on top of it too, though, what you just talked about, the meditation, Deppy got me in just and this shit I sent it to Marcus. It's been fucking phenomenal, man. So that's kind of helped me, I think, just like roll with whatever's happening. It's not what happens, it's how I respond to it. So I just got to be chill and not really give a fuck. And we got hash, so who gives a shit?
Hash always wins.
Hash. There's nothing you can't do without hash. And I think all of us probably have more hash than we know what to do with. So that's a good thing, you know. That's kind of the good side to be on. So
my fridge is full.
Look at this guy. Got custom fridges.
Oh, custom fridges.
Look at you've never seen these? You haven't seen these things?
Sounds awesome.
This is my dad's fridge, bro. And it's rare because it's in Fahrenheit. The rest of the world all got onto the metric thing. You guys just were like, fuck the rest of the world. We'll fucking do what we want. Stayed the way you were. And so it's Fahrenheit. The rest of the world is literally Celsius. It's hard to buy one of these fridges that reads in Fahrenheit. So my buddy who created this fridge is like, dude, I went out of my way to make sure that it was in Fahrenheit. So yeah, we're stoked on the baller fridge.
What's the name of the company?
It's like About That Life, I think, is the website, but the company, the product name is the Baller Fridge. So I'm gonna get them up on my website, and I'll definitely get them up on Legends as well.
Yeah, let's get them in there.
Because we want to. Yeah, we can do it any time. And then I think it's just I've been using it for the last 2 weeks, and I'm really stoked on it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I just like having, carrying your dabs around in a cooler and like ice. And I got some full melt given to me while I was in Victoria recently, and my buddy literally, this full melt, it like, if you look at it the wrong way, it just like melts. And so he gave it to me with like 10 fucking pounds of ice from my ice machine in Delta, which are these big, giant 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch cubes. It's called Cold Draft, the machine. It's like the best ice. So he gives me 10 pounds of this ice in a fucking bag. And I ended up kind of getting it down into a Mylar bag and getting it shrunk down once a lot of it melted. The hash was still staying very cold. This was before I got my fridge. And of course, that shit ended up just spilling all over my bag, wetting every piece of my clothing. I'm done with that shit. So now I got me a baller fridge.
Baller fridge.
Yeah, need that dry ice, that dangerous dry ice.
I can see the Waterboyz sticker on there already.
Oh yeah, that sounds baller.
You guys would probably put a speaker in yours. I think we'll have to get you the custom one with the little speaker with just like your songs on there. So every time you open the door, it like fucking plays you another song.
I like the way you think.
The little whispers.
Wow, it's all the hash, my friend. It's all the hash.
Yeah, it helps. It helps keeps the juices flowing.
Another way of saying that is I like the hash you smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I will, Dan. I will. My friend Dan Heaton, awesome fucking guy. See him sometimes in my videos and stuff. He made some hash with me. He's in the room right now too, and he's asking for that meditation. He needs the support.
Marcus has him
up there, and he's got the most amazing Frenchie. You would fucking love his Frenchie, dude. Merlin.
Oh, Merlin.
That's a good little dog. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to him. Absolutely.
Shoot it over, yeah. Deppy's. I
got a buddy named Merlin. He was in Victoria, and I got a picture of him holding Dan's dog. So it was like Merlin being held by Merlin.
Yes.
Nice.
Sometimes that's what you got to do.
That's a great shot. I talked to Deppy today. He's in Australia at his son's wedding.
Wow.
I was like, what? I talked to him last week.
Did he say his son's wedding?
He's at his son's wedding in Australia.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Congratulations, Scott.
Wow.
Yeah, I said the same thing to him. I was like, man, Yeah, it's really cool actually. He'll be there for like a couple weeks, but he's going to do a bunch of stuff for Legends. So we just when we switched venues, we actually had to it was weird because we had to get that finished before we put in the orders for all the banners because we needed to get the new layout done. So it was it's kind of weird waiting for these pieces to fall into place. We got them done, but I was talking to him because we were doing some stuff with them for their booth. We got them in one of the lounges because we don't have the same layout as before. So Mothership will have one of the bigger lounges in the center, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I was just talking with them about that. And then they're going to be doing a bunch of stuff in the gift bags. There's a lot of cool stuff from this year. And then we're getting the whole stage set up for Waterboyz to perform. So there'll be a surprise kind of pretty cool performance from these guys. And we'll also project the movie, play the movie and all that stuff too. So yeah, we're looking forward to getting it all figured out. I got to figure out the projection stuff now. Actually, I'm glad you reminded me, Nick.
If you need, we have the projector.
Okay.
The one we use.
Oh, from those other ones. Yeah, let's do that. We'll just bring that through.
Yeah. Easy.
Awesome. See that little production meeting right here during the podcast.
Production podcast.
Production podcast. Yeah, man. So what have you been whipping up in the lab, Nick? What have you been touching that's pretty interesting this year?
Hash wise?
Yeah.
So, oh man, so many cool things. Symbiotic. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Symbiotic and Grow Low Key teamed up, did a seed collab. They crossed the Gassy Taffy times all of Symbiotic's library, his collection of rainbow belts, his mimosa. And I've seen some really crazy things come out of there. The Grease Bucket times Gassy Taffy. It's pure melt selection of Grease Bucket times Grow Low Key's Gassy Taffy. It's the craziest thing I've seen.
Grease Bucket's crazy melt too.
Yeah.
That shit's
we
such
just
quality.
made a bunch of Grease Bucket. We just made kilos of it at my facility here. I haven't tried it yet, but it's apparently 6-star full melt. So I'm looking forward to trying it out.
It gets
this is is Grease Bag crossed with Mac, I think. Grease Bag Mac. But it's good.
Yeah, the bucket dumps and some of the melt from it is some of the nicest I've seen. So that sounds like I've never seen the Gassy Taffy. I think I have seen the Gassy Taffy actually. Though. That's kind of cool. So you said they crossed it with just about everything. What else did you see from them that you liked, you think?
Gassy Taffy Kombucha, which is Purple Punch times Sour Diesel from Symbiotic. Just a lot. They're going to find a lot of gassy phenos that wash, stuff that there's not crazy amounts of on the market still. Yeah. A lot of new type selections, I think.
Some good stuff. Did you guys mess around with that? What's that one that guayaba that you have?
We haven't crossed it yet, but I just pulled some down.
That is so fun. Don't be sleeping on that shit. That shit is so fucking good, man. That's one of my favorite. What is that cross? What was the story of that?
Guava times rainbow belts.
Okay.
We went and
fucking.
Yeah, our friend West Coast Connoisseurs found it. I'm not sure if it's a Ronin Genetics breeding or not, but yeah, it's a really cool one. It yields well. It's not the prettiest flower, but oftentimes the best washers aren't. I'm sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, who cares? Look what the flowers look like when you're done with them.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what they're meant to do, man.
Going into the compost.
That strain has such a complexity to it because it's almost like a sour, tart kind of smell, and then when you taste it, it's sweet. You're like, oh fuck, this shit changed it up. It looks so good too.
It marks all of the check boxes for candy. It's not just sweet. It's not just sour. It's sour, sweet. It's tart. It's like eating a Jolly Rancher almost.
It's one of my favorite ones. But so how much are you guys comfy about talking about what you got coming up besides the tour? Do you want to talk about a little bit of the marketing stuff with some of those companies? You want to talk about?
I would love to tell the world. Yeah.
Tell them. Yeah, do you go? I'll give you the stage to talk about some of that.
We got Turf Wars 2 coming. It's our biggest production yet. We're trying to make it with Turf Wars 1 together, we want it to be about an hour and 10 minutes long.
Oh, cool.
You know, that way you can watch it together. We'll probably
Mm-hmm.
at the other event in LA, we'll show Turf Wars 1 and 2 together, double feature.
Okay.
We got a couple of big, dream companies lined up. Obviously, you lined them up. Toro is going to be a part of it. We got Grove Bags going to be a part of it. We got some stuff coming with Mills. We've already dropped the trailer, and Mills is a little sneaky little preview of Mills in there for everybody to see. I'm excited.
It's pretty cool.
Dude, I need to get some bubble bags action in there too, man.
Well, yeah. Turf Wars, Waterboyz, Turf Wars, bubble bags. Let's go.
Yeah,
sounds
dude.
sick.
Gotta make some hash. Gotta use the bags if you're making hash.
Yeah, Turf Wars 2 starts on the planet Hosh. You know, it's a frozen planet with perfect temps for making hash.
Oh, beautiful. Do you find that here's a question for both of you, because there are certain things I like about a cold room for making hash. I definitely like pulling bags when it's 6-star in a cold room. You know, there was a friend that I commissioned for in BC who would run a batch overnight, and it worked because once the mixing was done, it just sat in a cold room and it wouldn't get funky. He just came in the morning and pulled bags. But I find that I can keep my temperature in my reactor at that sort of 0 degree mark, almost perfect temp. And I really don't need the cold room until I pull bags. So I operate mostly in a non-cold room. And if and to be honest, like, it's only when we pull like 5 and 6-star that you really, because if you're like doing a tolling job for someone that wants like infused hash for a joint and they want like 160 to 45, you don't need to be in a cold room to pull those bags. Like you can even squeeze the hash water out of using the screen, and the hash doesn't even, it's a very particular type of hash. There was a time where all I wanted to make was the hash that I liked, which is like the highest quality, highest caliber, highest everything. But then I realized that the most hash that's smoked isn't that. And I didn't want to cut myself off from that either, So I make all of this. I make dry sift and I make pressed hash, and I, just do all these different kinds of qualities that, I do make all my dry sift in a cold room. I will acknowledge that. When it comes to dry sift, the whole process needs to be in the cold room, not just the final.
You're dealing with the head. There's so much intricate work with the head that, I don't know, I think you have to. That's, or static, right?
It's whether people know or not. Well, static is secondary, right? Like dry sift is counterintuitive. The harder you work it, the more contaminant you get. The static changed the game for people. Once